YouTube, what's good? Send you back at it again with another video. So for today we are talking about the Throne and Liberty patch update 1.15.0. So let's just go ahead and get right into it because we do not want to take up too much of your time today. As of today, which is February the 12th of 2025, we will be receiving the Throne and Liberty update 1.15.0. Downtime will begin at 10:30 p.m. as always, and it will last approximately 6 hours as always. It includes the start of the Silesium Valentine's Day event, which I believe is bringing a ton of new skins that everybody has been excited about. Find the full list of changes and fixes listed below. So this is also the time of the free server transfer period. Make sure that if you guys are transferring servers, that you get on top of that as quickly as possible, as you do not want to pop up after the 27th and then not be able to transfer for free. I know a lot of people are very concerned about the server consolidation, as well as the possibility of losing their characters within the transfer, as well as the ability to not be able to join their friends by merging into a improper server. So make sure that you guys are actually transferring at the same time if possible. Make sure that you guys know what server you are going to, and make sure that you do it all between now and the 27th, or tomorrow and the 27th following maintenance. Now, as you can see, all players will be able to purchase one free server transfer per character. This means that each character individually is locked to the current server, meaning that if both of your characters are on one server and you transfer one character, the other will not transfer automatically, meaning you need to log onto that character, grab another transfer ticket, and then transfer your other character. Now, the transfer cooldowns will be reset for all characters and temporarily reduced to 72 hours, meaning that if you actually transferred prior to this window going in place, your transfer cooldown will be reset so that you can actually use it again to go ahead and get this free server consolidation transfer. Now, after the 27th, all of the cooldowns will return back to the 30-day standard cooldown. And then if you want some more information on your server consolidation, you can also check the announcement yourself. Now, for the bonus buffs, items, and server consolidation, we have all characters on all servers will receive the following buffs for the duration of the open transfer period from February 13th until February the 27th. You will also be receiving the Solent buff, which means that from now until the 27th, we will all be receiving a 20% Solent buff, a 50% mastery increase, and a 50% training due increase. Isn't it kind of annoying that they placed this before we actually get the new mastery system? Yes, but considering the fact that all of this mastery will transfer over into the mastery system, I would say make use of this buff while you can and try to burn through as much mastery on as many weapons as possible. Now, if you also log in daily for additional bonus rewards granted through the daily login event, you will basically get a ton of loot from now until the 27th, on top of all of the mastery, which, listen, I'm never going to complain about free loot. Now, Valentine's Day event. As a token of our appreciation, please enjoy some seasonal crafted recipes, daily login rewards, and event vendor rewards in honor of Valentine's Day through February the 26th. So, just so you know, this event will be ending one day before the server consolidation buff ends, so just keep that in mind in case you were thinking I could take off until, the last week and then grind. I would say just, even if you're not grinding as hard as you were at launch, just get on a couple of hours, maybe an hour or two, and knock out your dailies, do some of the Valentine's Day events, make sure you get some mastery buffs and some training due buffs, and just make use of both of these events as they're going. Now, for our general fixes and patches, we have, after maintenance, the Violetta's Star Battle Pass will come to an end, and the new Ember Star Battle Pass begins. Reminder, Season 1 of Arena and Dimensional Trials will come to an end at the start of the maintenance on February the 26th. PvP. Assist points are now granted to healers when party members they have healed successfully defeat other players. This is actually huge for PvP events because it does help their scoring, and I believe this is also going to contribute to a lot of the contribution that you do for field bosses in conflict mode. So this is actually a huge buff to healers. Now, items. Many common items have had their stack sizes increased to a limit of 10,000. 1-star dungeons. Boss rewards for completing 1-star dungeons can now be opened 3 times at the end of the run for increased rewards. Guilds. Expired guild alliance requests no longer block guilds from sending a new alliance request in the future. That is huge. Arena. Corrected the Imperator rank requirement to 2200 points. Arena. Fixed an issue preventing players from starting 3v3 friendly arenas. Parties. Fixed an issue on consoles where parties may not form after accepting system level party invites. Combat auto move within range to use beneficial skills setting should now work properly with the bow's healing touch and purifying touch, as well as the great sword's blood devotion. Players can now use special resistance metals to craft polished crystals and training due at the Sundry's crafter, which is now a huge buff to just gaining polished crystals in general, because that is typically the most annoying resource to have to get your hands on after you do a bunch of major crafting. I actually like these changes that they're making to the crafting system, because crafting should be simple and easy to get into, especially as a new player, and time again we've seen that they've tried to make it as convoluted as possible in order to force you to just go and buy things from the store so that you could trade with other players, which in turn obviously increases their revenue and a bigger ROI for the investors. So it's nice to know that they are pulling back on a lot of the things that are making the game basically impossible for really new players to get into, and making it less of a headache to have to deal with certain general day-to-day mechanics. You know, the game should not feel like a job. You should be able to get in and do what you want freely and still know that you're supporting the company that you want to support by providing money whenever you feel like it, not when you have to. So again, kudos to the devs for making that change. Now, for the foreseeable future, obviously, as I stated in my previous video, if you guys haven't seen it, I'm also a Duet Night Abyss creator now. I am actually official on the content creation team, which is huge for me personally, but I would not be here if you guys weren't supporting the channel. So if you guys haven't seen that video, shoot back to the previous video. It will also be in the cards at the end of the tape here, and you'll be able to go ahead and view that video if you want some information on a brand new IP coming from Hero Games. Outside of that, if you guys want some more Throne and Liberty content, make sure you subscribe and leave a like on this video. Make sure you leave your comments if you have anything you want to discuss, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.